Yes, good morning students. In the previous chapter we discussed lines and angles, basic terms and definition. Some still are here. Now we studied about the point, line segment, ray, line, angles, concurrent line, collinear points, non-collinear points, angles. In angles, type of angles we described, and pair of angles that in which we compare we take at least two angles in this. In pair of angles we described adjacent angles, complementary angle, supplementary angle, vertically opposite angle, linear pair. Now we describe bisector of an angle. Bisector of an angle is what? Whenever any angle is given to you, AOB, one ray OC which divides angle AOB into two equal measures. Suppose this complete is 80 degree, this is 40, this one is 40. Then this ray OC is called the bisector of an angle, means it divides the given angle into two equal parts. Next topic, parallel lines. In parallel lines, see what is the parallel line? Two lines. Suppose there are two lines L and M. Two lines are said to be parallel if the distance between these two lines are always constant. And what is this distance? We talk about always perpendicular distance. Two lines are said to be parallel if the perpendicular distance, or we can use directly word distance, that distance of between two lines is always constant. Then we can say these two lines are parallel lines. Second thing, they never intersect each other when they produce in either direction. In both line, if we produce in either direction, maybe in this direction or here, they never intersect each other. Then these lines are called parallel lines. One more condition is there, that both lines should be in the same plane. Suppose we are taking another example. I take this one cuboid. If I take these two lines EF, AB, these lines are parallel because they never intersect each other. But if I take the line AB and here DH, these two lines also never intersect each other. But can we say these are parallel lines? No. These are not a parallel line, because this AB line exists in, we can say plane ABFD, or we can say plane ABCD, and this one exists in the plane DCGH. So both lines lies in the different plane. That's why these are not parallel lines. These type of lines are called skew lines. It means two lines are said to be parallel if they are coplanar. Coplanar means in the same plane if they exist, then we can say these two lines are said to be parallel line if they never intersect each other and the perpendicular distance between these two lines is always constant. This is the concept of parallel line. Now see, what is a transversal? When a line intersects two or more lines at different points. Suppose I take AB and CD line. When a line intersects two or more lines at different points, then this line is called a transversal. It means here we can say two lines are L and M, and is a line which intersect line L and M at point D and E respectively. This is called a transversal. There is no need that these lines are parallel. If you take lines like this and one line is intersecting, then also this line is called transversal. When a line intersects two or more lines at different points, then it is called a transversal. Now we have very important concept of this chapter, that angles formed by a transversal. Angles formed by a transversal. There are two lines L and M. A transversal L intersects L and M lines. I give name AB line, CD, EF and intersecting at G and H points. Now see, when a transversal intersects two lines at two different points respectively, then it forms 8 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When a transversal intersects two lines, then it forms 8 angles here. Now see the relation between these 8 angles. Firstly, they form corresponding angle. In this figure, see pair of corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are those angles which lies on the same side of transversal, and pair of one exterior angle and another interior angle, or maybe one interior angle and another one is exterior angle. See in this, I am talking about same side of transversal. How many angles on the same side of transversal? That is 4, 1, 5, 8. These 4 angles are here. Now see which one is corresponding angle. Pair of exterior angle and interior angle. This one angle is exterior. Then in this, interior. It means corresponding angles 4 and 5, one pair. Second pair if I take this angle 1 and this angle 8. Then second pair, angle 1 and angle 8. Third pair, 3 and 6. Third pair, angle 3 and angle 6. Fourth corresponding angle, 2 and 7. Angle 2 and angle 7. It means when a transversal intersect two lines at different points, then they form total 8 angles and four pair of corresponding angles. How to describe corresponding angles? We can say they lies on the same side of transversal, pair of one exterior then another one interior, or if we are taking firstly interior then other one exterior. So these type of angles are called corresponding angles. Now next see alternate angles. Alternate angles, see, we can say alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles, it means we have to take only interior angles, and in this formation interior angles 1, 2, 6, 5. It means we establish the relation between these angles. So they are just opposite. Transversal, one side one angle, another side next angle. So we can say angle 1 and angle 6. Angle 1 and angle 6 are alternate angle in this alternate interior angle. And next pair of alternate interior angle 2 and 5. See one thing properly, whenever we are taking the pair of angles, then one angle we are taking on one line and the next angle we are taking on the another line. So here I take one angle 1, then on this line I take angle 6. These are called the pair of alternate interior angle. Third one property is co-interior angle. Co-interior angles is what? On interior angles lies on the same side of transversal. We already see here there are 4 interior angles 1, 2, 6 and 5. Co-interior angle, it means on the same side of the transversal. This one transversal, on this side co-interior angle 1 and 5. On this side co-interior angle 2 and 6. It means pair of co-interior angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6. This time we define the angles formed by the transversal. 3 types of angles here: corresponding angle, alternate interior angle, co-interior angle. Corresponding angle on the same side of the transversal, exterior angle with one line, then interior angle with another line. If interior angle with one line, then exterior angle with another line. Pair of corresponding angles, there are 4 pairs. Alternate interior angles, there are 2 pairs because there are only 4 interior angles. We will establish relation between them. Alternate interior angle, the just opposite. One angle is on the transversal one side, then another angle with another line transversal next side. 1 and 6, 2 and 5. Co-interior angle, again we are talking about the interior angle, that is lies on the same side of transversal. Interior angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6. Basically we are taking angle formed by the transversal. But in our theorem, in our chapter, now we will talk about the angles formed by the transversal with parallel lines. If we are talking about the parallel lines, that these lines are parallel, and this one transversal, I can say this line is AB, CD, EF intersecting at G and H point respectively. Now there is some conditions. When we talk about the parallel line, then relation between the corresponding angle. Corresponding angles relation is what? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their corresponding angles are equal. When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their corresponding angles are equal. We write down name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now according to this figure, which one is corresponding angle? First pair of corresponding angle, that angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Second pair, angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Third pair, 3 is equal to angle 7. Fourth pair, 4 is equal to angle 8. What is the statement of this? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their corresponding angles are equal. This is a corresponding angle axiom. And I already said in the previous lecture, what is the corresponding angle? What is the axiom here? What is the meaning of axiom? Axiom, we can say a statement which is universal truth. It is applicable on the whole part of mathematics. It means there is no need to prove it. We directly use this statement in our problems. Corresponding angle axiom. What is the statement of corresponding angle axiom? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their corresponding angles are equal. This is a corresponding angle axiom. Here we also about the converse of corresponding angle axiom. What is the meaning of converse? In converse, this thing is given here. We have to prove in it. We can take just reverse of it. What is the statement of converse of corresponding angle axiom? When a transversal intersect two lines, now this is not a parallel line. हम अभी parallel line की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. This is just two lines. When a transversal intersect two lines such that their corresponding angles are equal, then these lines are said to be parallel. Here we take already that these lines are parallel, then we said that corresponding angles are equal. In converse, we just use this just opposite of it. that now it is given to you that these corresponding angles are equal. So when it transversal to lines such that their corresponding angles are equal, then these lines are said to be parallel. It means whenever we need to prove two lines are parallel, then just we show in our question corresponding angles are equal. Somehow if we explain that how corresponding angles are equal in our question, then we can say by the converse of corresponding angle axiom that these lines are said to be parallel. Now next, if we talk about the alternate angle. Alternate interior angle. What is the statement for it? This is a theorem now, alternate interior angle theorem. What is the statement for it? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are equal. Again listen, when a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their alternate interior angles are equal. We can say alternate interior angles are what? This angle 4 and 6, three and 5. These are the alternate interior angle. Two pairs that we can say angle 4 is equal to angle 6 and angle 3 is equal to angle 5. So what is the statement of alternate interior angle theorem? This is a theorem. This theorem states that when a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their alternate interior angles are equal. Next, co-interior angle. This is also theorem. It means alternate interior angle theorem we have to prove. This one also we have to prove. So we will do after this theorems. Co-interior angle theorem is what? In this, when a transversal, you know already aware that what is the co-interior angles here? That when a transversal, angles lies on the same side of the transversal. It means 4 and 5, 3 and 6. Here 4 and 5 co-interior angle and 3 and 6. So what is the co-interior angle theorem? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then sum of co-interior angle is supplementary. What is the meaning of it? Sum of co-interior angle is supplementary, means 4 plus 5. Supplementary means sum is 180 degree. And 3 plus 6 is equal to 180. So these are the angles formed by a transversal, corresponding angle, alternate interior angles, co-interior angles. When it is a parallel line, there is a concept that their corresponding angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal, and sum of co-interior angle is supplementary. These two theorem and corresponding angle axiom. Statement of corresponding angle axiom: when a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their pair of corresponding angles are equal. Next axiom we can say, when a transversal intersect two lines such that their corresponding angles are equal, then these lines are said to be parallel. Now see, it means we studied about the axiom, linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom what? In this chapter, this is first axiom, linear pair axiom. If a ray stand on a line, if a ray stand on a line, then their sum of adjacent angle is equal to 180 degree. It means this is a linear pair axiom. What is the converse of linear pair axiom? When sum of two adjacent angles, sum of two adjacent angle is equal to 180 degree, then their opposite arms, या non-common arms form a line. कि अगर हमें ये गिवन है कोई भी दो एडजेसेंट एंगल का सम 180 डिग्री है, तो इफ देयर आर एडजेसेंट एंगल BOC एंड AOC, obviously non-common arms are AO and BO. They form a line. So there is axiom, converse of linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom statement is when a ray stand on a line, sum of adjacent angle is equal to 180 degree. Or supplementary, converse of it, when a ray stand like this, sum of adjacent angle is equal to 180 degree, then non-common arms form a line. Third axiom we studied, corresponding angle axiom. What is the statement of corresponding angle axiom? When a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then their pair of corresponding angles are equal. Fourth axiom, converse of corresponding angle axiom. What is the converse of it? When a transversal intersect two lines, remember it, there is not parallel line, two lines. When a transversal intersect two lines such that their corresponding angles are equal, then these lines are said to be parallel lines. So these four axioms we use in this chapter directly to prove the theorems. It means in this chapter, basic terms and definition part, we discussed about the point, line, line segment, ray, plane, collinear points, non-collinear points, concurrent line, intersecting line, angles, type of angles, pair of angles, in this adjacent angle, complementary angle, supplementary, linear pair, vertical opposite angle, parallel line, transversal, angle formed by transversal. Till now, these all are the basic terms and definition in this chapter, and we know about, we should be clear, or we can say crystal clear about all these part of definition. Then we can solve or we can proceed for our questions or our theorem. For axioms also you studied. Now we will start theorems. This all definition part should be clear in your mind properly. You can see in your book. See, now theorem 6.1. In this chapter there are total 8 theorems. What is the theorem 6.1? When two lines intersect each other, their vertically opposite angles are equal. First theorem, when two lines intersect each other, their vertical opposite angles are equal. Firstly, we write down given. What is given? When two lines, it means we take two lines. Take two lines. Two lines AB and CD intersecting each other at point O. What we write down here in given? Two lines AB and CD. There is no need to show the line symbol here. Two lines AB and CD intersect each other at point O. Prove that what we have to prove in it? That their vertical opposite angles are equal. Firstly, write down which one is vertical opposite angle. One vertical opposite angle is, suppose I divide into 4 parts. Then vertical opposite of angle 1 is equal to 3 and 2 is equal to 4. It means we have to prove 1 is equal to 3 and 2 is equal to 4. Now we start our proof. Here we use the concept which one we already know. See, one thing we studied about the linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom we already studied. So what is the linear pair axiom? CD is a line, ray OB stand on it. It means sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. We can say ray OB stand on a line CD. So angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree by linear pair. Equation first. Now see, ray, now I take line AB, ray OD. Ray OD stand on a line, not OD, that is ray, sorry, OD stand on a line AB. Then we can say angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree by linear pair. This is equation 2. Now from equation first and second, this is equal to 180 and this also equal to 180. So we write down RHS sides are equal, then LHS side also equal. Then we can write down angle 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 3. You can see this one cancel, then remaining is angle 1 is equal to angle 3. We want to prove this one. Similarly, you can prove angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So we can say when two lines intersect each other, then their vertical opposite angles are equal. We can write down here similarly. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. You have to prove self. This one thing, 1 is equal to 3. I proved here, and you should be proved. You have to prove angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Then we can say hence proved. Okay students, we will discuss another theorems in the next lecture. So you do revise these things and remember and practice all basic terms and definitions properly. Thank you.